Yo, what's up guys? Today I got for you all week 3 of SmogTours. This is the finals of the 3rd DPP OU tourney this week. If you don't know what DPP is, it's Diamond Pearl Platinum, which is Gen 4 OU, which is a no preview tier, which is why you see a play button in front of you without any teams or anything like that. Now, my two good friends made it to the finals, my buddy Void and Zamrock, so congrats to you both. And it was a really fun game to watch since overall it was a really close match, so I thought, you know what, let's make some content for you all out of this. So let me show you exactly what went down at this game. So let me go ahead and just press play, and let's just hop right into it. So Zamrock here is going to be leading off with his Heatran Void with his Empoleon. Obvious unfavorable matchup for Zamrock, so he's going to now switch out into a Pokemon that can resist the incoming water attack from Void. Void goes to the Hydro Pump here. It only does a little bit to Roserade. I mean, Roserade is very specially bulky, but the Hydro Pump reveals that Void's Empoleon is offensive, so Zamrock is going to go for the spikes here as Empoleon, or Void's Empoleon is going to go for the Ice Beam. I mean, it's pretty obvious that there's Hydro Pump and Ice Beam together, as Roserade's going to now go for the rest here. I mean, Zamrock's Roserade, I mean, any Roserade in general has Natural Cure, so he can just switch out after he goes for the rest, as Void just goes to the Ice Beam to get some damage as he goes for the rest. Now, Zamrock's going to switch out here into Milotic, get rid of that sleep status on the Roserade, and just take the hit. I guess Zamrock doesn't know whether or not Void has anything to touch Milotic with, so he's just going to go for the Ice Beam here, predicting Void to switch into a Grass type, but Void actually does have something for the Milotic. He has Grass Knot, which does a good chunk of damage to that Milotic, and Zamrock's not going to want to fire off Milotic, so he's going to switch into Raikou here to take the Grass Knot, which only does about 42%, which is good. It's good for Zamrock, so it's going to force Void to switch out here into the Roserade, which will take the Thunderbolt, as, I mean, it does have good special bulk here. Now, Void probably did a calc, and he knew that he would live the Hidden Power Ice, so he goes for the Sleep Powder on this next turn, as it does miss Zamrock's Raikou, which is really unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure that both of their Roserades aren't really a win condition for them, so Void can just sack that and pull a switch off into his Flygon here, as it's going to be able to force out the Raikou into Zamrock's Bronzong, as Void predicts that pretty well, goes for the U-turn, and gets a free switch into Heatran. Now, let me just pause here and explain. This is going to be a 50-50 on this next coming up turn. Void can either go for the rocks and predict Zamrock to switch out of Bronzong, not wanting to take a fire move, or Zamrock can go for the Earthquake here, predicting Void to do what I just said and go for anything else but a fire move. So it's a 50-50 whether or not Bronzong switches or not, or Void goes for the fire move or not. We'll go ahead and click play and see what happens. So Void goes for the rocks, predicting the switch, but Zamrock stays in, goes for the Earthquake, which is a really good play, and knocks out the Heatran here. Now, Void's going to go into his Empoleon and force out the Bronzong here. He's going to go into his Roserade here just to sack it. Zamrock's just going to sack the Roserade just because it's not too useful. Like I said, neither one of their Roserades on their teams are any win condition of any sort like that. So Void's just going to be able to go for the Ice Beam here. Now, on this next turn, you're going to see Zamrock going for the spikes here instead of the Energy Ball. This is because he does not want the Empoleon to get into Torrent range, because as you're going to soon see on this next coming up turn, Empoleon, you don't know Empoleon's 4th move yet, so he's going to go into Gengar here. Zamrock's going to go into Gengar as Empoleon goes for the Aqua Jet. Now, if Empoleon was in Torrent range, it would have done a lot more, or maybe a little bit more, but Empoleon does get some damage off of Gengar, which is good before it goes down to a Zamrock's Focus Blast. And I did ask Void what Empoleon said he was running, and it was a Sash lead, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool set. So yeah, it was a really nice, really nice set. So let's continue the replay. So Empoleon goes down. Void brings out his Gengar here. So now it's a speed tie, and Void ends up winning the speed tie, which pretty much puts him in a much better position now that he got rid of Gengar, which was a threat. Zamrock goes into Heatran here, which is obviously scarfed. Gengar holds on, doesn't go down, and Void's able to knock out the Heatran with the Focus Blast. So now Zamrock is forced to go into the Milotic here just to sack it, which means Gengar would also die as well to the Life Orb. So Gengar gets another free kill just because of the roll on that Flamethrower. As now it's an even match, Void actually evened the match 2-2, and now he reveals his last Pokemon to be Suicune, and this is huge because now that Zamrock went into Bronzong and Void revealed the Suicune, Void is in an extremely good position. Like, at this point in time, Void really can't lose unless he misses a Hydro Pump, just because, let me go ahead and just get rid of this text. If you see, basically, if Zamrock sacks the Bronzong here, he brings in Raikou to finish off Suicune, then Flygon can just come in and revenge kill and just get rid of the Raikou and win the game. Now, the only way that Zamrock could potentially win this is to switch into Raikou here and get a Hydro Pump miss, because if that happens, it would be a 50-50 whether or not Void switched into his Flygon and would go for the Earthquake and or stay in with Suicune. So it was really a 50-50 after that. So he really had to miss the Hydro Pump to for Zamrock to have a chance to win. So Zamrock goes into Raikou, and Suicune goes for the Hydro Pump, and it hits. So that's gonna be the game. As Bronzong comes in, Zamrock's last Pokemon here, as it's just going to go for Void Suicune is just going to go for the Hydro Pump, as Bronzong just goes for the explosion, knocking out the Suicune. So that was a really good game overall. I mean, it was a couple mind games in the game. So I mean, I'm not disappointed. Like I would have been happy if either one of them won, because both of them are my friends. So it was really fun to watch two of these good players just duel it out in the finals. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and stay tuned for more content coming up. Let me know what you guys think or want to see or anything like that, and I will see you later. Peace.